Folks, joining me now, Robert O'Brien, my dear friend, former national security advisor, and importantly in this story, a former hostage negotiator. Robert, what can be done? Now, Israeli hostages, gosh, American hostages, fewer, but they are American hostages. We have to help them. You have vast experience here. I don't think people understand the ways and means that could be undertaken to help this story. Can you help us out, Robert?
Sure, Larry. And the first thing we need to do is go to the Iranians, who, according to the Wall Street Journal, and I've got no reason to doubt the Wall Street Journal's reporting, this whole operation against Israel was green-lighted by the IRGC and the Quds Force. The arms of the Iranian regime, which they use to foment terrorism in the region. So we need to go to the Iranians and tell them, either through a third party or directly, that these are American citizens, that they shouldn't harm the Israelis either, but for the American citizens, this now involves us. It's not just them in Israel, it's them in the United States. And we don't take kindly to our citizens being killed, which they've done already, and we don't take kindly to our citizens being taken hostage. And so that's the first step that needs to be taken, Larry.
But Robert, waiting for Iranian help is one thing. What can Americans do when we don't get Iranian help?
Well, the first thing we can do is refreeze the $6 billion that was paid for the last group of American hostages. And keep in mind, those, like the hostages taken this time, those were dual citizens. They were Iranian Americans. We've got now Israeli Americans that are being held. We don't care if they're dual citizens or not. They're Americans. We want them home. And so we ought to refreeze that money and tell the Qataris not to give it to them. We ought to put maximum pressure on the Iranians. And again, tell the Iranian regime we're going to hold them personally responsible for the safety of our citizens who are being held by their proxy, Hamas. We got to get very tough with the Iranians. I mean, the problem with paying ransom, Larry, and you know this, and I said this at the time of the deal, I welcome the fact that the Americans came home. That was great. I tried to get them home. We got President Trump got a number of people home from Iran with three hostages back during our time in office. But when you pay that kind of money, when you can call it unfreezing of assets, you can call it a gift, you can call it whatever you want, but it's ransom. And when you pay $1.2 billion per person, you're going to, number one, create a market for new hostage taking. But number two, you're going to create a fund so they can use that money for future terrorism operations. And I didn't think we would see both points so vividly illustrated so quickly as we've seen here. Money
is fungible, for heaven's sakes. Money is fungible. Books can be kept and rekept, and everybody knows that, except the Biden White House. Look, Robert, one other thing.
I don't think they teach accounting at Yale Law School.
Yale Law School. Well, I'll get them to the, never mind where I went. But here, look at special ops for hostage taking. Can you tell us something about that? Because I don't think we're going to get any help from Iran. Not now, not in the future. But do we have special U.S. special operations to go after hostages?
Well, we have exquisite capability, Larry. I don't want to get into those details right now because the moment American hostages are taken captive, the first call that goes is to Joint Special Operations Command in Fort Bragg. My guess is that they're apprised of this. They're working on it. I don't want to get into those capabilities. But let me tell you, we've got tremendous capabilities. When I was the hostage envoy, the first thing I did was I changed the memo that described our office. That memo said that America will always use diplomacy first and military rescue operations second. I said our first option is military rescue, and then we'll engage in diplomacy. So I hope hopefully that's still the policy of the government, but we're going to make sure that those Americans are taken care of, and hopefully our men and women in uniform are working that problem right now.
All right. So last 40 seconds. You talked about Iran. Okay. When will we, the U.S. government, inflict some damage on Iran, which is the financier and the strategist and the backbone of all these terrorist groups, Hamas, Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, working with Russia and China? Robert O'Brien, when will we inflict some damage on Iran?
Well, my guess is if these hostages are hurt, that'll happen. I mean, under President Trump, we had maximum pressure on Iran, and it kept them at bay. And I never thought I'd say, Larry, that we'd look back on the Carter years as the good old days. But Jimmy Carter, after seeing the Russians in Nicaragua and Angola and Mozambique, They finally went too far when they invaded Afghanistan. And Carter said, I was wrong about the Russians. And he changed policies. He was humble enough to say, we've got to start rebuilding the military. And that Reagan defense buildup actually started under Harold Brown in the last year of the Carter administration. We need the Biden administration to have some humility and say, look, we got it wrong. We tried to appease Iran. We gave them billions of dollars. We gave them sanction relief. We treated them well. And they poked us in the eye in response. And it's now time to take a tough line on Iran. I hope that it's good for America. It's bipartisan. It's nonpartisan. We just need to protect ourselves and keep the country safe from these guys.
Thank you, Robert O'Brien. We appreciate it.